A vast network of deep underground military bases has been confirmed to exist according to numerous intelligence reports. The question is, what else might be going on down there? We're getting reports that there are underground cities housing millions of people. We're going to show you the evidence. But what else might be going on down there? And what kind of technology could produce such phenomena? We've talked about what's going on off the coast of Australia. But the land of Oz kind of looks like Mars. Like it's a different planet out there. And when we start looking off the coast of Tasmania, here we see what looks like some pretty straight lines to a giant square for the most part. We continue on and we see more squares and rectangles. We actually see like a nice little L turn. There's no telling what these structures are, but they look man-made, to say the least. And they span for thousands of miles. And while these look like little rectangles and squares, we're looking at facilities that would be like the size of New York City. Especially that one. And while this could be nothing, here we see more parallel lines, kind of like 2 lanes of traffic, like a highway or something, leading to another facility off the southwest coast. So it looks like we've got some kind of excavation going on here. And it's massive in scale. We could talk about the importance of Tasmania. This tends to shoot off towards Port Arthur, where they had their, massive false flag. People were killed and then they took all the guns. But I wouldn't want to be living on Tasmania. There's no telling what's coming out of the deep over there. But there's more. And, when you think of natural features, you kind of think of squiggly lines, kind of like a horizon of mountaintops. Here we've got this kind of pentagon in the middle of nowhere. It's just odd when you see geometrical shapes. You don't see a lot of natural features that look geometrical. We're going to have to rediscover if there's anything off the coast of Africa. But off the coast of South America, it looks like there's a major facility as well. If we can get there with the video guy. So it looks like there's something over here that kind of follows the same weirdness off the coast of Australia. And you don't really see this everywhere. I mean, this is not something that occurs regularly on these maps. But you follow the line and it just brings you to Peru. Almost looks like there's something going on here as well. Kind of like a junction point. Now, why are these lines showing up? Why are these giant squares showing up? Is an interesting question. However, we're also getting other reports that people are being hit with directed energy weapons coming from a deep underground military base near the center of the planet, able to hit all targets on the surface. Our reports would suggest that there are many levels of development underneath the surface. What the intelligence suggests is that there are at least 6 levels under the surface to the core, which might as well be called hell for all intents and purposes. A synthetic core, it would seem like. And so what's really going on? Our reports would suggest that not only are there underground cities, but cloning facilities. Could be that many of the people on the surface are not what they appear to be. Some people call them NPCs, but there could really be some truth to that. We know that many of the people on television appear to be like clones, like they come out of the movie The Island or something. Could be that the people that are controlling the governments on the surface of the earth are nothing but clones. We feel highly confident that there is something like this going on right now. We get these reports from people that have been to underground facilities that are just mind-blowing. We've seen some of the videos online, some of these underground warehouses. Truckers are just driving in, dropping stuff off underground, all sorts of supplies. And so it would suggest that the surface is supplying the underworld with commodities, oil, energy, and the like, food, water. And perhaps this would explain why people are being kidnapped or removed from national parks and other places. Where do they go? Now, it's suspected that there are access points to these underground facilities, and the first layer is really military in nature, protecting the rest of the underworld, if you will. But there are numerous access points, and it's not just military bases, it's industrial sites. You're not getting in without your card. Nobody would suspect a thing. There are reports of access points in the subways of major cities. And so it basically goes from underground to the big cities, and it spokes out into the small towns and the like. And everybody's being surveilled like cattle grazing in the pasture, waiting for the slaughterhouse. And according to reports, this reset that we're going through is being orchestrated primarily by the forces underground. They want to reset the surface. Start thinking about these people around you. Do they pass the Turing test? Are they really human? Where do they come from? Have they been replaced? Have the people in your household been replaced and you don't even know it? What are the telltale signs? Do they refuse to listen to logic? Are they always giving you a hard time? Could be that these people are no longer human and just appear to be the people that you know. And while all of this definitely sounds fantastic, just start with that. Are the people around you like they were a few years ago? Do they seem different? Are they just not responding as normal humans would? We might think, there's something else going on, like the fluoride or brain damage, the 5G, the brain fog that people are experiencing these days, but there's something else going on. It's like they're avatars jumping out of the matrix into the real world, watching you, controlling you, poisoning your food, plotting your demise. And they're everywhere. How many of you feel like you're alone out there? And that raises the big question: how many humans are really left? How many NPCs are there out there? That's the big question. Our intelligence would suggest that we might be looking at something as high as 60 to 80% of the people are not what we think they are. Could be even worse than that. But even if there's only 10% of us left, that's still nearly 1 billion humans. Let's just say a good 100 million per continent. If people can wake up to what's going on before it's too late, maybe we can stop the reset. Maybe we need to understand that these people that take experimental vaccines and the like are just not human. We won't fully understand until the purge and the dissection. But it's either us or them. It's either we survive or it's the reset. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.